Yo, what up? Welcome to the Incredibly Vocal Minority Podcast. It's your host, Jay Whitaker. This episode is for October 30th, 2017. Happy Halloween, bitches. We got the Thor Ragnorok review. This episode title is called Skraaagnarok. Y'all ready? Fuck with me on November 18th. My show got moved from November 10th to the 18th. Go fuck with me on wiseguyscomedy.com. I love y'all. Let's start the damn show, all right? Oh, shit. All right, I'll just tell you right now, welcome to the Incredibly Vocal Minority Podcast. I'm going to tell y'all straight off top, your boys had a few shots of vodka. It's just been a long week. I've had a lot of shit going on, and I just decided I'm already goofy. All right, this is going to be a fun episode. I'll try to keep it funny. I'll try to keep it geeky. I'll try to keep it freaky. I'll try to keep it sportsy. I'll try to keep it political and woke. But yeah, what's up? I'm Jay Whitaker. Follow me on Twitter at It's Jay Whitaker. Follow me on Snapchat at It's Jay Whitaker. Follow me on Instagram at That's Right, you guessed it, It's Jay Whitaker. Also, hit me up on Facebook at one more time, uno más, It's Jay Whitaker. Yeah, dude, I'm chilling and shit. I have like zero complaints right now. I seen some shit over the weekend, synced it. Been watching, if you guys aren't watching Stranger Things, I'm only halfway through, but Stranger Things Season 2, Yes. Y'all need to be watching this right now. Right the fuck now. Like, if you've missed Season 1, catch up, bitch. Like, you need to, like, seriously, like, yes. I'm here for this. I'm about midway through Season 2. And let me tell you one thing. More fire. If y'all wonder why I'm talking like that, it's kind of because I've been listening to a lot of different music right now. I have thoroughly enjoyed Elvis Costello, which is not why I was talking in that patois, but I'm starting to get into Elvis Costello for some. I'm like super late to the party. What are some types of music or artists that you were exposed to super late in the game and you're like, God damn, I didn't know this was so good? I've been fucking with Elvis Costello, but really the main reason why I was hit y'all with the little patois, because I do have those West Indian and Caribbean roots in my family. But I've been listening to a lot more UK hip-hop, garage or garage, garage, grime, all that stuff. It's great. You guys are like, I'll tell you guys right now, I know I probably don't have a single UK listener, but you guys need to just check out, if you guys like hip hop and rap and trap, but just get tired of the same sound. Well, not necessarily the sound, but just the lyrical content, and get bored of the lyrical content. Go listen to grime. Go listen to some UK hip hop, because it's just got a different feel. Some of the beats are kind of the same. You're like, okay, this sounds familiar. But because of the accent, and it's not, you're thinking a British accent, why would that doesn't sound threatening at all? No. What I've, and this is just my personal opinion, just based off listening to, you got to know your hip hop. You got to know your hip hop to understand grime and UK hip hop, because dancehall came originally, is from Jamaica. And what people don't know is when Kool Herc, now if you watch the Get Down, so you know about DJ Kool Herc, when he came over from, he's got Jamaican parents, so he incorporated that dance hall sound system sound with hip hop, because it's the same thing. Dancehall, hip hop is the same thing. It's just chanting over beats. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of cats in the UK that have Jamaican-born roots, and so it's kind of like, I can't say hip hop, American hip hop and grime are the same. They're different. It's definitely different. It's definitely where it's almost like dancehall birthed hip hop and dancehall birthed grime. Like it's kind of like, hear me out on this before you start at me, but it's they're cousins. And so, like, this is, like, just cool to hear your UK cousin just go off on a record. And I've been listening to a lot of stuff. I mean, I've always been familiar with a lot of cats like Dizzy Rascal, Skepta, like, a lot of that early on. But just Crepton Conan, I was a little bit late to the party on that. Wiley, Giggs, whatchamacallit, even Roadman Shaq or Big Shaq. He's got the man's not hot, 40 degrees out, man's not hot. The thing goes my mic level just went absolute ape shit. And if you're trying to figure out what the hell I just said, that was just basically an onomatopoeia for weapons. When guns are being fired, that's what what my man Roadman Big Man Shaq is saying is the thing goes skrrrap. Ba 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 ba, skibidoo ba ba, grroop, kutung kutung tung. Those are apparently sounds that our guns make. It's kind of like when Kendrick Lamar does the goes go doo 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 doo. It's the same thing, just different styles. So this is a weird ass way to start off the episode, but that's kind of what I've been feeling lately. Is I needed a break from hip hop. I love hip hop, but it's just I just needed something different. And I'm telling you right now, sonically, I wouldn't be surprised if this, and maybe I'm just super late to the party, but just start listening to these artists and like Kano, God, like. There's just so much talent, and it's so impressive of hip hop because you could legit hear the passion and hunger in these guys' voice, but it's articulate, and it's not at the same time. It's very brash. Just check it out and see what you think. But let's get to the shit. I know why you're listening to this episode. Thor Ragnarok. Holy shit. Saw this movie. Shout out Jimmy. Hashtag thanks Jimmy. Thor Ragnarok. Man. I have so many positive things to say about this film. A lot of, someone wrote, is it Thorable? Really? Really? Okay. I see what she did there. That's clever. That's clever. That's clever. Who cares? This movie was awesome. In my personal opinion. It's got, as I read this right now, it's got a 96% Rotten Tomatoes review. Okay? 96%, 8.3 on IMDb. You don't need, all right, let's say you've missed a few Marvel movies. Like you skipped over a couple. The last one you saw was like Thor 1 or Thor 2. And then you stopped watching the Marvel series after that. Or maybe you just decided you don't even need, there's a few things you won't get, but if you just were inserted into this movie straight up blind, I haven't watched a Marvel movie in a minute. Yeah, I'm a bad geek. This movie was hilarious. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'll tell you right now, a lot of people, like, oh, we need more serious movies. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. We need an escape. This movie takes place in space and other realms. So if you're expecting a political Game of Thrones, House of Cards type feel, no, it's not going to happen. This movie's more in the molds of Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't really like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as much as I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 1. But I will say, Thor Ragnarok made me laugh harder than both of them combined. Straight up. It's just a funny movie. It's just it starts off funny, but now let me before I'm hyping this movie up as funny. Let me first off tell you, lots of action, visually stunning. I said this on Geek Show. This movie and Black Panther should get some sort of Oscar nod for costume design. Ladies, you will want to cosplay this off Thor Ragnarok. I'm actually pissed that this movie comes out after Halloween, because Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, awesome. She's amazing, and it's great in this movie. Kate Blanchett as Hela. Those two costumes are absolutely amazing, and Kate Blanchett kills it every time she's on screen. I wish I had like a bad thing to say about this movie, just so you know, Chris Hemsworth, as Thor, he takes off his shirt. So in case you were wondering if that was a thing that you needed to know, he takes off his shirt. I was a little uncomfortable. I was like, whoa, my man's. Like, that shit made me want to go to Planet Fitness and eat the pizza and Tootsie Rolls that they got there. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, very funny movie, very action packed. We get to see what's been going on. We get an explanation of why Thor and Hulk were not involved in Civil War, even though we both know the logical reason Thor and Hulk weren't involved in Civil War, because they would have leveled the fucking earth. Like, I mean, like, would we, like, if let's just be honest, if Thor and Hulk were in Civil War, that wouldn't be a 2-hour movie. It'd be a 20-minute movie. Just them beating the shit out of them, and then the world explodes. And then Thanos is just like, oh, well, shit, they took care of that for me, so I guess I'm just going to sit in this chair for the rest of my space and eternity, whatever. But yeah, like, I don't know. Thor Ragnarok comes out November 3rd. Go see this movie. It's action-packed, very funny, representation all around. Like, it's really hard to be nitpicky with this movie. And Carrie and I, during Broken News, we found one thing that we did. Like, I was like, all right, I guess that's a thing. I'll give this is the Halloween episode, so I'll give you 1 month to see this movie before I spoil the shit out of it. You have 1 month. Do you hear me? You have 1 month. That's all I ask. You have 1 month to see this damn movie. Dig the soundtrack. So get your shit together, okay? It's a fun movie. This is like, this is one of those fun movies where you can just sit back, have a drink. Like, I actually want to see this one when it comes out on Blu-ray. I definitely want to own this one on Blu-ray, because this is like one of those movies that I feel like the family can enjoy, because it's got a little bit of language at sometimes, but it's just visually beautiful, and it's just a fun movie. It's a fun movie. It makes fun of itself, and we just learn a lot about what happens. I don't want to spoil it, but yes, this movie is worth your admission. Go buy a ticket. Go see it. I'm going to see it again. I know for a fact. So there's your Thor review. I give it, I don't do stars, okay? I don't do stars. I don't do 4 stars, okay? I give it a no Whitaker. There's the system. There's the lowest is the no Whitaker. Then there's the little Whitaker. There's a half Whitaker. There's a 3/4 Whitaker. And there's a full Whitaker. Right now, this is a full Whitaker movie. Yep, I said it. Go see it. Shut up. Don't try to analyze shit. Just go see the fucking movie, all right? We good? All right? We good, brother fam? You good? I love you guys so much, brother fam. Like, by the way, you guys are just super supportive. You guys are doing great. And just, you guys are good. You guys are good. All right. You guys are great. That's why I love you guys. You always treat me with respect. You know, and I treat y'all with respect. I hope y'all having a great day, Burley fam. You know what I mean? Talk like this. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 3. That's 1 quick maths. That's some big Shaq lyrics for you. Love it. All right, so you know what it's time for? It's time for...
Oh, y'all better get ready for the word. The word. And the bird. Caca. Of the week. Of the week. Of the week. Motherfuckers.
Yo, shout out to my man Elon Osborne for that again. Giving me the little word and the bird of the week. That shit's fire. Fire no boot, man. Fire no boot. I tell you right, team, bro. Listen. I tell you respect, big man. Okay, anyways, so today's word of the week is Causeri. 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 Tell you one thing. Definition of Causeri. An informal conversation. Why am I saying it like that? That's stupid. An informal conversation or a chat. A short, informal essay. So basically, it's kind of like this podcast. This podcast is a Causeri, all right? The incredibly vocal minority is a Causeri comedy cavalcade of conniption from the conniving Jay Whittaker, right? I like alliteration, so that's all this is. It's a Causeri of stupidity. But you guys are listening, and I love you for it. This bird of the week, holy shit, man! Because this is the day before Halloween, as I'm releasing this. I probably might release it in a couple hours, but this bird right here is like I had to pick. I wanted to pick a scary bird, but this one to me scared the shit out of me just for what it is. The great gray shrike. And if you look at a picture of this great gray shrike, it looks like the most unassuming, cute bird that you would just see as you're walking out, taking your autumn pictures for the fall, you know, your little live, love, laugh picture, and your family's out by a pumpkin patch and you see like, oh, look at that cute bird there. No, that's a fucking psychotic bird. That's the great gray shrike. Let me tell you about the great gray shrike. It's a magnificent relative of crows and an innocent-looking bird. But this songbird is a wannabe raptor, and due to its inferiority complex, shrikes like to come with their hang-ups, literally. They lure in songbirds by mimicking their calls and then hammering them to death once they are in reach. Since they lack talents, because they're not a raptor, the shrike drags its prey to the nearest barbed fucking wire, or thorn bush, and impales it forcefully on the object. I'm seeing actual pictures of this. The prey is then torn apart and consumed. During the breeding season, males impale multiple songbirds along the perimeter of their territory to ward off rivals and impress hens. Are you fucking kidding me? This is insane. And if you guys saw this bird, I swear to God, you would think it's the cutest piece of shit. Because it's kind of a cute bird. But this bird is psychotic. It just mimics other birds and can sing all, if Big Man Shaq was a bird, that the great gray shrike would be like, skrrr, pop, pop, pop. The thing goes, skrrr, pop, pop, pop. Go, boom, 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 boom. It could make that noise and lure that songbird in, and then wham, kills them in the face, drops them on barbed wire. What the fuck, yo? Barbed wire? Thorn bushes? This bird is psychotic. And then it sticks its kills out in front, so like, yo, I just killed a bunch of shit today. I'm going to put this shit out of my front yard and go get me some women. Are you fucking kidding me? So that's the scary ass bird. Next month I'll totally get into some more family friendly birds, super cute ones that you probably like. I'm like, oh, that's cute. It's cute. I love it. I love it. But yeah. So that's the word and the bird of the week. Okay, but now it's time for
What if? Nah. How about? Nah. Hey, just hear me out now, fellas. Nah. It's a nah of the week. Nah. It's a nah of the week.
I fucking love that shit. Elon, you the man. You the fucking man, dude. I love it. Yeah, this nah of the week is brought to you by, once again, the NFL. God damn, dude. Like, seriously. I legit wish that I just didn't have to talk about this shit anymore. But the owner of the Houston Texans, was there. The NFL had a players meeting and an owners meeting, and the Houston Texans owner Bob McNair, when asked about all of these players and getting their rights and protesting, he says, you can't have inmates running the prison. What? You can't have inmates running the prison. You're a football. You own a football team, and you're saying you can't have inmates running a prison. Do you realize there's a lot of shit wrong with what you just said, bro. I mean, and damn near the entire Houston Texans team protested against him. A lot of people think that, they're disrespecting our flag. No, we're talking about the dehumanization of black folks. Just shit we've been talking about for 400 years, man. Just standing up for injustice. Just the dehumanization of all people, of people of color. So, it's not about an inanimate object or an anthem that was written by a person. We're just talking. Oh my God. We're just trying to create dialogue and just peacefully protest because y'all don't like it when we do other shit, like speak up or stand up straight or, succeed at anything that we try to do. Anyways. But yeah, inmates running the prison. Do you realize, first of all, I think the NFL should change the get rid of the term owner and just say chairman. That would be more appropriate, especially because these guys apparently think they own some of these folks. And let's be honest, the majority of the NBA and NFL is predominantly black. So, yeah, when you say that, it's going to come across racist. Yeah. I said this early on. I think I said it in episode 3, I believe. I legit hope the NFL comes to a strike just to fuck up everyone else's fantasy football stats. I'll be honest right now, I'm not watching. I've barely watched football. We're like 6-7 weeks in, partially due to the Raiders just not playing at a good level, but honestly, straight up and down, I'm just not interested anymore. It's because, yeah, when you say inmates running the prison, you look at men that are trapped. You look at black men that they're making a shitload of money just to play a fucking game, but man, they're quote unquote owned. They can't even have their freedom of speech, damn near. So it's like in Jay-Z said, where he said, where he quoted OJ and said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. No, you still, you still listen to that song. Listen to that song by Jay-Z off his new album, and you'll see what I'm talking about. No matter it seems like no matter the level of success you achieve and aspire to be, they'll always treat you like that, and that's why it hurts to see that, because I see a lot of young brothers that made it out of a hard situation, and now they're playing at a professional level, still getting paid, and still can't speak out. My man's D'Angelo Williams wanted to wear pink in his cleats or in his dreads for Breast Cancer Awareness Month because his mom was going through breast cancer, and he wanted to wear it outside of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they fined him for that. I mean, so you think they're gonna let a brother like try to get his own political views in? Nah. It's just very frustrating, you know, because when you hear statements like can't have inmates running the prison, you just feels like new slaves all over it again. It's bullshit. So ultra nah to Bob McNair. I hope your team just doesn't do well, even though I love Deshaun Watson. I think he's one of the greatest things to happen to black quarterbacks in a long time. But another reason why I'm not watching the NFL, because there's just too much good shit on TV. There's so much shit on TV. Star Trek Discovery on CBS, Hulu's kicking ass, Netflix, HBO, Showtime, there's just so much other entertaining shit. And right now, depending on where you see the political climate in America, it's just everybody needs an escape. And right now, these alternate universes and other worlds and space and other realms and shit, it's just a nice escape. And so, but when you turn on the TV and you're trying to enjoy football, and then you see, your culture just being downtrodden, even though they've achieved the highest level in their field, you're like, damn, it's real shit. So, yeah, that's why I enjoyed the hell out of Thor Ragnarok. That movie had no references to any Bob McNairs. So, yeah, there you go. Nas of the week. Goodness gracious. Hey, do millennials make you feel young? Huh? Or do they make you feel old? You might be. If millennials make you feel old, you might be a zennial. Yeah, a zennial. It's a word. Shut up. I found this shit out myself, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. A zennial. It's basically anyone that was born in between 1977 and 83. And yes, I'm dating myself, but I was born in 1983. And so this is people that grew up in an analog world, but also got the digital revolution at the same time. So I really loved this because I've always said this so many times. I don't feel like a millennial. I feel more like their earlier work, These young cats, yeah, it goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM. You know where it used to go down in? AIM, motherfucker. What you know about age, sex, location, ASL check? What the fuck you know about that, son? Huh? Oh, you gonna slide through in the DM? Nah. No, we had to do more than that, dog. We had to first log on to the modem. Bing, bing, bing. Welcome to America Online. No, we had to work for that shit. Now y'all motherfucker just clickety clack, and then y'all on the internets and fucking putting cat faces on your face and shit. So yeah, I'm from that generation, and I love it because I totally felt like I found my tribe. So yeah, shout out, what up to all my zennials. Now, if you're a millennial, you cool, you still cool, fam. But it's just like, I just know I'm your earlier work. Respect your elders, fam. Okay. I'll take some questions. Get on out of here. My man says, "What's on my bucket list? What's left on my bucket list?" Well, I definitely want to sell out. I definitely want to have my own special where I sell out like a theater. That's a bucket list. I definitely want to travel to every continent, and eat fish tacos on every single country, or whatever their variation is. I feel like I want to go to space, because I feel, like I want to go to. I definitely want to go to space, like. Not like Lance Bass went to space, but I just want to just go there and just chill for a week, got a timeshare out there. I hope it escalate to that level where we can get there. But yeah, I just want to go to space, chill out there, start a timeshare, run a business, go to the water park or some shit. First, it's got to be water, big ocean water. Since we're close to Halloween, what are some of your favorite Halloween memories? Most recent that just happened a couple of years ago, I had a last minute costume idea. I was going to Jimmy and Kat Martin from Geek Show. I was going to their party. I didn't have a costume idea, and I looked around the house and saw my Raiders jersey. I had my wig for my Lando Calrissian costume, and I just put on my Raiders jersey, put on this wig, some baggy jeans and some Lokes, and just went as and some Chucks, and went as Eazy-E with the Raiders ball cap and had the Lokes on and the fingerless black gloves. It worked out perfectly, and the best part is my man's Jimmy was dressed up as Marty McFly, so we totally had this 80s vibe with us. It was nice, yo. That was one of my favorites. Another one is when I was a kid and would go up, you went to your first, you know how it goes when you're a kid, you want to get the big king-size candy bars. I went to my first, this was still when I was still living in LA, and I went to like my first, you got to go where the rich kids, when the rich people live. And it was, so my pops took me to a wealthier part of town, and it was really cool because it was really weird. I didn't really think about it till like it happened, but I was, as I was going up to these houses, I was like, oh shit, my dad took me to the rich part of town, wealthier part of town. Hopefully I get some king size candy bars. And I'd open the doors, and I see it was mostly people of color that were opening these doors. And I was like, yo, and it was their house. And so as a young kid, it inspired me to just kind of go for mine. And it was, it was real dope to see people of color living just fine. And they gave out some king size candy bars. So those are like some good memories. Thank you, Stacey, for that question. What Kyle asks, what do you see as the best thing any one individual can do to combat cultural bias / racism? Keep an open mind. That's very simple. Just keep an open mind. Cultural bias. Just keep a fucking open. There. That's all. I'm gonna keep an open mind. Courtney asks, with the rise of serialized storytelling in TV and movies, do you feel it has become a burden just to watch stuff just so you can keep up with the water cooler talk? Yes. Yeah. There is a lot of TV to watch. There's just too much. Like I legit, you do a podcast called Geek Show and then a slightly geekly tinged podcast like mine. You have to just keep up with the shit. There's days where I'm like, fuck, sorry guys, I gotta go watch this stuff so it'll help me with my job. So yeah, I 100%, it's not feeling a burden. If anything, I can't feel it as a burden. I can't say it's a burden because in the days when we didn't have it, that was a burden. But now we have so much, it's like you just got to soak it up while you can because you never know. Let's not take this geek shit for granted. Right now, like we can't take it for granted. Just watch the shit out of it. Just who cares? Do some sit-ups while we do it. Let's keep it shape and keep it going. Patrick asks, what was the first and last cassette you ever bought? What was the most important album that embodied your childhood and adult life? God, that is a cassette I can't honestly remember. That's a hard one. The first cassette I want to say, Tone Loc, Wild Thing. Or no, maybe it might have been MC Hammer. Maybe one of those tapes. The last tape I can remember purchasing that was a popular group. God. It was actually, yeah, it was Green Day. It was Green Day, Dookie. What album importantly the most important album that embodied my childhood? That's a lot of albums, bro. That's a lot of albums, all right? Because like L Cool J, I'm Bad. That's the first song that ever made me want to rap. I was 2 years old when I fucking first heard it. Run DMC's was a part of that. Green Day, Dookie, Nirvana's Nevermind. Those are great albums that like shaped me as a kid. Beastie Boys, Ill Communication. Holy shit. Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style. Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers. Yeah, that came out when I was in middle school. That was a big one for me. But what just made me want to have fun what made me just was a goofy album, but like still hardcore and just fun was Method Man Blackout. Method Man and Redman Blackout. You know, the Rockwilder microphone checker, swinging sword lecture, closing down the sector, supreme neck protector, Phantom One kid, Mr. Meth Stop, bowling high, about to blow his lid from the pressure, too hot for TV for sheezy, too many wanna be hard, be easy, it's all in together, going on, not together, it don't take much to please me. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'll tell you right now, that was a fun time. You know, they had the Rockwilder and you. I figured it out. You niggas ain't as big as your mouth. That shit was such a great album. It had so many tracks and so many bangers. Tear the roof off. Tear the roof off. Back up. Don't make me shoot y'all. You don't want to fuck with us. You try to OK Corral with Doc and Method Cow. I forget, like, I used to be able to, like, really say that shit. I really loved the Method Man and Redman album because, yeah, Blackout. So that I'll go with that one because that was just a fun album for me. I know that's a stretch, but just that one because that one, you had to be around me in high school at the time. I had a good friend named Brad who I think he still listens to the show, but Brad, that was our way of bonding. We loved that album, and I bonded. When I was on the track team, we used to scream out some of the song, the choruses from Method Man and everything. BBC, oh girl, you nasty. So like there was a lot of just fun stuff that came out of that. And what I loved about Method Man and Redman, it was always it was Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man, and then Redman from Def Squad. Two of my favorite, just MCs on one. That from other crews that became their own, so I don't know. I just fuck with that album so much. So there you go. That's it. To all my Zennials, to all my Millennials, Generation Xers, Baby Boomers, what up? Thank you so much for listening. Check me out November 18th, Wise Guys Comedy at the new Jordan Landing Club, wiseguyscomedy.com. Get your tickets there. Fucks with me, man. I'm doing shit. I'm living my dream, avoiding the nightmare. Or living the dream, coasting reality. It's your boy, Richard Velvet, a.k.a. The Lucky Dreamer, a.k.a. your boy, Jay Whitaker. I love you guys. Have a great and productive week. Go fucking see Thor Ragnarok. Peace.